Want to?
Oh, okay. You don't want to play the show? Yes.
Can't do it.
Difficult.
It's just it's too. It's not real enough.
Really? I feel like it's
I haven't played it in so long. I just get so frustrated with it.
This one's pretty good, man. I told you I didn't like him either.
I should try it.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the baseball too much, really, because we're on another system. But shoot, this one right here is nice.
That's what I hear.
It's well.
Yeah, Mons is trying to sell me pretty hard. I don't know how this went.
Yeah.
You only got about 30 minutes now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I got about 30. I mean, that should be good, right? I mean,
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Perfect. I got to do some more stuff, don't I?
I told him, so again, RJ, just quick Broncos talk, of course, obviously to give people obviously some insight as to who the hell we're speaking to.
Why Broncos? Is there something specific about them?
Hell no. We can talk whatever, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Just cue the music, and then I know it's time to go.
Right?
Y'all better have some music to cue it up. Dun, 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 dun. Like, yo, we back.
80s theme.
That's during the editing.
But yeah, we don't know how. We're not technical enough to know how to do that.
Oh,
going in.
During, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we added after.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Basically.
Okay. That's dope.
So, all right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for tapping into some Untapped Keg Sports. I am one of your hosts, RJ Zimmerman, here with my good friend, Monte Ball. How you doing, big fella?
Good. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm excited for the guest that we do have today. But before we get to him, RJ, how you doing, man?
You know what? I'm a little bit sore already. I decided to slide once, and I tore my legs up, and I'm good. But we are excited to be joined by Monte's best friend, Noshan Moreno. How you doing, Noshan? How you doing?
Doing well. See, he doesn't even call me his friend. He said, "What? I don't even know this guy."
He said best friend as if I'm like geeking over talking to Noshan.
Bestest friend in the entire world.
No, what's going on, man? What's going on in your world? Noshan, how you been, man?
Doing well, man. Thank you guys for having me, man. It'd be doing well, man. Like you said, alive and well. So can't complain. Appreciate you guys having me.
Of course, man. Of course, yeah, man. So I guess to everybody who's tuning in right now, we are speaking to Noshan Moreno. I was fortunate enough to meet Noshan at Denver. He was drafted by Denver a couple years, 3 years before me, 4 years, and I was fortunate.
It couldn't have been 4. That's too. That sounds too many. Before you, but I don't know. Yeah. Dang, 6 years before I got there.
But let's go and hop into it, man. So what's the deal, man? You know, they draft me obviously to learn, to obviously, you know, we all know running backs, we age a lot faster than most folks on the football field. I come in, man, and you rush for over 1,000 yards, man. So what's up with that, man? What's up with that?
Shoot, I don't even remember, man. We had so many backs in that room, man. It was just such a good time. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's like, besides being on a team, you know, in that room, it's like your own little family, you know what I mean? So it was awesome having, you know, Monte and having all the other guys in there. Shoot, who was there when we were there? Who was Ronnie. There? We had
Ronnie Hillman.
I had to look it up. Yeah, I was about to say Ronnie.
CJ.
I forgot about Ronnie.
CJ. Yeah.
We had Lance.
Ronnie, CJ. Was McGahee still there? Was he there when you were there?
No. He came in for training camp for a little bit, but they didn't re-sign him.
Oh, McGahee?
Yeah, I remember seeing him on. I'm pretty sure I saw him on my rookie year training camp for maybe like 2 weeks. I think that's it, or maybe a week, maybe.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. All right.
But it's fun times, man.
Interesting. But yeah, we had some backs in there. Mm-hmm.
We did.
For sure. So yeah, I
think it was awesome. It's awesome to have you on, of course, because I think it's cool to catch up catch up with some guys, man, and kind of see what's going on in your world right now. So the man right now, No Moreno, what do you do nowadays, man? So what's going on in your world right now, man?
You know, I'm spending a lot of time with family, which is great. You know what I mean? My daughter, she just had a birthday a couple days ago. So, just doing that thing, man, having a great time with her. Yeah, thank you. So, and I'm doing real estate now out here. Yeah. So, out here in Denver, we have our own property management team as well. Me and my girlfriend. So it's been going well. Just enjoying that whole process of, getting out there, meeting new people, and helping people find their dream home, and doing other things, within the real estate. In the real estate world, with the investments and stuff like that, but it's just totally different, and I enjoy it though. Enjoy it.
It's a good place to be in real estate, that's for sure. You got in right at the perfect time.
Nah, I'll tell you the truth. I mean, that's anywhere. I've talked to a lot of agents or just people, live in different states that, man, it's just booming right now. It's just crazy. So I guess it really doesn't matter where you are. It's just, but it's like my fourth year. So, I've seen both sides of it, you know what I mean? So it's pretty cool.
You've been in there for a while. So let's take a step back, man. Cause I most definitely want to get into that real estate with you as well, just so we can put that in the description so people know that, they got someone, a trusted realtor to help them out. But obviously both you and I played. Good old Broncos. Do you still watch football today, man? How was it? Let me share mine first, just so that I don't watch as much as I need to. I want to watch more, but I'm trying to enjoy other stuff in my life right now. So what is it like for you?
You know what? Let me see. Do I watch? I do throw on something because we still, I still know a couple of the guys that play, right? So I'll throw on real quick. To see what that team's doing. Yeah. And then when it gets towards like the playoffs, I'll watch it a little bit. I guess I do watch it just so I can kind of just talk to my other buddies about it if they just toss it up real quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna be doing some great business. But, we're gonna be doing some great business out here.
Do you watch more college football or do you watch more NFL?
We were just talking about Georgia.
Yeah, it would definitely be. Yeah, it would be college. Like I said, I'll throw it on some of the NFL games real fast. Just throw it on, and then just to see what they're doing. But it's not like I'm really watching it. And then, but no, I'll watch the college. I'll flip through all those channels just to see what the teams are doing. I like that for sure. Yeah, Georgia's always up there doing their thing.
And Wisconsin's always falling flat on their face. I'm saying that as a fan. I'm not rubbing it into Mons. It's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Georgia knows what that's like. I mean, look at Bama.
Ooh.
See what I mean?
I was gonna say, what's up with this SEC talk, man? Why is it that the SEC just gets so much more praise than the other conferences, man? What's the deal?
Because it's warmer weather.
I don't listen. Because the film and the tape, speaks for itself. You have a sprinkle of, some great players in each conference, but it's just something about that SEC at the speed, the power. It's just all that in one, and the size. What was your conference? Your conference wasn't very fast, though, was it?
No, very powerful.
I'm just asking.
Fast one.
Yeah,
like Ohio State's the only team with the speed. But
But let's talk about what we were talking about.
I got you.
Let's talk about what we were talking about pre-show, no, Sean, where we were talking about the recruiting. So I've been very vocal about Wisconsin, how we need to exhaust our funds on recruiting. Fly that private jet out there. Go talk to some cats who are on the West Coast who you think that might not want to. Because here's the thing. They think that they don't want to come to Wisconsin because of the weather, but you just don't know. If you don't show any interest, of course that player's not going to want to come here, because if you're not going to come to me, then I'm not going to make me feel wanted. You know how that is.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want you to share, obviously, with RJ, share with our listeners exactly what you stated pre-show, because I think there's some merit to that. I think there's a lot of truth to that, for sure.
Yeah, I was saying that I was just asking you, when was the last time they put some money into their facilities? You know what I mean? Because, I mean, Georgia, every year, they're putting up something new. And I'm like, man, what are y'all doing? Oh, we're putting a new West Wing on the stadium. Okay, that's pretty cool. Go there next year. Oh, what are y'all doing now? Oh, we're doing a whole new whatever, practice facility. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're constantly building the facilities up to attract more, more guys. Because listen, man, you can go anywhere and be seen. I mean, and if you can play, they're gonna find you. And it was the same thing in high school. If you can play, they're gonna find you. I came from New Jersey, right? I mean, they're gonna come and get you. It don't matter where you at. So, what's the next step then for a school to do? Boom, you gotta upgrade that facility and make sure it's nice. Where a guy walks into the locker room and be like, "Whoa, this is really nice, man. I could see myself in here." You know what I mean? I mean, right. A school that had some good facilities, but it just wasn't like, like the Georgias, the Floridas, or like that was Rutgers. Actually, Rutgers facilities was nice. I mean, I took a couple visits there and I was like, man, it's pretty dope in here. But, it's just, it wasn't that down south, it wasn't that South life. But I feel like if the schools are putting that money, back into the facilities and back into the players, for the players, they're going to attract more guys for sure.
Archie, was Greg Schiano at Rutgers when you were getting recruited there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He was there. Yeah. Greg was there. Yeah. Yeah.
Is he as crazy in person
what
as he seems like he is on TV?
He was a cool dude. I met him a couple times. He was a cool dude. Yeah. I mean, I was blessed and so fortunate that, a lot of those coaches came to the school, and I got a chance to meet them real fast and stuff like that. But I'm not sure how they are, and like for when you're playing for the guys, but they were really cool dudes. So yeah, it was awesome.
I got a question for you, Sean. This is a question I like to ask a lot of the guys who obviously retired, etc. What do you miss most, man? What do you miss most about it?
I miss
your dogs.
Nah. I was like, what was that? I was trying to see what. Yeah, right. We just got a rabbit, man. Man. That rabbit's funny though, man. It just be sprinting around. You'll see it just hopping, and then all of a sudden, phew, 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 and you hear the little legs. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. Got a rabbit, but yeah.
One thing that you had
to miss. Oh yeah. It would be just that camaraderie in this, being with the guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like you all, hurting together, happy together. Sad together. Like, just doing all that stuff together. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing. I think that's the thing I missed the most. Just grinding with the fellas because it's a grind. You got it's a grind. It's a job, right? So. Just being with the guys and meeting new people and just all the different personalities in the locker room and just everything that goes along with being in the locker room and everyone being together and trying to strive for the common goal. You know what I'm saying? I kind of missed that about it. But I don't miss the hits. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't miss those.
Definitely don't miss pass, bro. One-on-one.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But
Von Miller.
Yeah, we had some time. Right. Nah, that was fun. That was some good times. So yeah, you missed those times though. Being like, yo, I had to stand up there and block Von and all these guys, right? You're like, dang. But those are the things you missed. I mean,
true.
In the games, a little bit, but it's the stuff behind the scenes that you missed the most.
Like the plane rides, just joking around with the guys. Yeah.
Yeah. All that stuff. Camp. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Camp.
Well, not necessarily the camp itself. I'm just saying those times, you remember those times. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Some funny stuff, man. That's some funny stuff. RJ, I'll pass it to you, man.
What was it like growing up in New Jersey? I didn't know you were from New Jersey. I thought you were from Florida because obviously you're from SEC. So I would have guessed you were recruited out of Florida. But
see what I mean? Nah, yeah, New Jersey was awesome. I mean, I jumped around a lot as a kid. I mean, I lived in New York City for, I guess 10 of my years.
Wow.
Growing up back and forth from there in New Jersey. So, but yeah, New Jersey was dope. You know what I mean? Met some really good people there, but some really good people that, in my corner, you know what I mean? Helped me out throughout the whole process, throughout the way. So it was good. I mean, we had some great coaches. I mean, we were fortunate enough to win 3 state championships in a row. You know what I mean? 36-0. And so we were some of the top teams out there. I just had to throw that out there. You know, I get it.
See,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
you and Mons,
so no, it was a good time.
you guys have like a totally different being raised. Like I have small town Wisconsin, so like I knew everybody. I had the same classmates from kindergarten till I graduated high school.
Oh
so
my goodness.
like they saw everything. So like you guys,
Dang.
like, Monts' graduating class is almost the same size as the town I grew up in.
Dang.
So you guys
That's
have
wild.
a different experience than what I had.
That's crazy though, man. Now that I'm thinking about it, New Jersey has, I don't know what do you guys eating there, man? We get all of our running backs came from New Jersey besides me, Jonathan Taylor,
Really?
Ron Dane right here,
Yeah, Wisconsin has a really big pipeline out of New Jersey.
Corey Clement.
Interesting.
Yeah, like literally out of the last 6 running backs we've had, obviously Dane was back in the 90s, but I think 3 of them are from New Jersey. Jonathan Taylor, Corey Clement, and
Oh man, what Anthony Davis?
Jalen Berger.
I think Anthony Davis was
okay.
also from New Jersey.
And I think
He was
as well.
the back after Dane.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Interesting.
What are you guys doing out there? Y'all chasing?
Yeah, bro, that's wild. Bro, we out there just grinding out there playing, man. It's cold, so you got, it's kind of cold, so you got to play. But nah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you the last Jersey running back to go like to Georgia. You know what I mean? Wait, no, hold on. Wait a minute, I gotta know that one. I feel like it's almost like Swift or someone. I bet I had got that wrong. It's somebody.
Probably.
Someone kind of recent actually was from Jersey. So I'm getting that part wrong. But yeah, not many.
You're probably thinking
we're everywhere. They just go other places. I went to Georgia? He didn't go to Georgia.
Oh no, not Georgia. Oh, no, my bad. No.
Yeah.
But we got a question from a guy in our chat, man.
Yeah.
For you. This man is Dan the Man. He's been our most loyal fan. Well, not most loyal. Let me phrase that. He's our day one. He was number 1. Well, once we saw
okay.
This question to you, man, is who in the NFL gave you the hardest hit?
Nah, see, I can't remember that. Because it's like ones that look like they're hard hits. Yeah, the ones that look hard though, you jump up, you be like, that wasn't that bad. It's the ones that you didn't really notice or expect, and you're just like, oh, he got me there a little bit. I honestly can't tell you, who hits, because everyone hits, you know what I'm saying? Especially at that level, you're gonna get hit. Right. But most of the time running into those guys is in that pass pro, trying to block those guys. I can remember a lot of those. It's like, dang. Because we can't cut, you know what I mean? You can't cut the guys. We didn't have too many plays where we're cutting. Yeah. So, yeah, I wish I can come up with a name for you, but
it's all good.
I can't come up with a name. Yeah.
I always share with.
Who's he think? Dan, who you think? I mean, I don't think. It's some good hitters.
London Fletcher. I think it was his last year when he was with the Redskins. Before he retired, I think. Yeah,
when he was 38 years old,
he was just solid.
I think it was my rookie year. No, Sean, and it was.
I remember playing against him. Yeah, he was just a solid. Solid. You know what I'm saying? But
on the goal line, and then when you went in,
yeah, I remember playing. That's what I'm saying. I remember playing against him. I just remember he was just a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it wasn't nothing like where, I don't want to go back in there. It was never like that.
I tried to run over him in the hole though. It was like second.
Oh,
goal line.
Okay. I understand that.
Really.
I've had one of those.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say no. I've had one of those moments where I had to meet someone head to head in the hole. It was Ray Lewis. I remember it was my rookie year. We were on the goal line. goal line, bro. I'm like, all right, cool, here we go, bro. I get the ball, boom, a little inside dive, Jones, 1 yard out. I'm like, I'm getting in there. Boom, come out, get the ball. And I'm talking about, it opened up. I don't know, I forget who was blocking. They opened that hole up for I think, opened up. I said, okay. Yeah. I threw there. It was just me and Ray. I said, oh, here we go. It's me and you. Bro, full speed. That. We go like this. Boom. I'm slightly under him. He's slightly above me. And we just shoot. Like I shot through like a submarine. I got the lowest I ever got in my life. You know what I'm saying? He went over top. I crossed that goal line and I jump up real quick. Looked at him, he jumped up, looked at me, and we just started laughing at each other because it was like, hey, it was going to be one of me or you, bro. I don't know. We would have made contact with each other. It was going to be crazy. But I got right underneath him, and the low man wins. That's what they say.
Yeah, and that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
I got something for you, man. We got to bring it up. We got to bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
What was up with the crocodile tears, man, against Kansas City, man?
Oh my goodness, he's a crocodile.
That's not where I thought you were going.
That's funny. Hey, that's called just straight passion. Just straight.
That's what it was too.
Everything. It's just. I mean, I talked about this a lot. Yeah. Because everyone always brings it up. It's hilarious. But I guess I've gotten that emotional for every game since high school. I feel like it's every single game. And since high school, I've, just get emotional where he's just like, I took that time to just take that moment of silence. Everyone's just quiet and just to be so thankful for being alive, like you said in the beginning, and just being so blessed to be in that position.
Right.
Play the game that we played as kids, running around with the ball.
Right.
And, so that was my time just to take that moment to give thanks and to do my little prayer. And that's how it would be. But then right after that national anthem, I'm ready to go out there and collide with some people. You know what I mean? But
you had one of the,
so I guess,
I think they still show it too. One of the greatest celebrations after a run. I think they had where you had a nice run and then you did like the army crawl.
Oh yeah, bro. I don't know what I was thinking.
And then you did the first down.
Man, that was a fun game. That was a good game, man. That's classic, man. Yeah, we had some good times, man. But yeah, man, it was always that was before the game was always like that. It was. I guess that was all the anger, all the sadness, all into one, just being thankful, boom. And this is like, hey, let's go out there, let's go to war now. But yeah, we had some good times. Yeah, we got some good times. Let me turn on this light.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dark in here.
No, that's pretty cool stuff, man. And then, I'll let you ask some questions. I'm asking a bunch. I had to bring that one up. Everyone always the
sun is going down,
Oh yeah, I suppose it's been down for a little bit here, but
right. Man, but listen, and another thing, everything they always say, everything looks good in slow motion. Man, I could walk from here to my kitchen right now. Regular speed is just me walking. But when you slow that thing up, when you slow it up. Oh my goodness! When you put that butter, that peanut butter, you throw that peanut butter in slow motion, it just slides across that bread.
Oh man!
You be like, wow!
That Skippy, that extra creamy Skippy. Oh baby, it just the way
exactly
it goes across that white bread.
Exactly.
Oreo Stark. Thank you for tuning into our chat. Thank you for your kind words as well. Really appreciate it.
So you play a lot of video games, no, Sean? What are you excited for E3 coming up here? Couple weeks?
E3,
actually,
what's
next
that?
week. You don't know E3? I was hoping your reactions could be like this. You don't know what E3 is? E3 is the Super Bowl of video games, man.
Oh,
it's like the greatest celebration of video games.
I didn't know either.
It's at this time. It's like Comic-Con. Like San Diego Comic-Con, it's like huge for movies, TV shows and everything. That's what E3 is for video games.
I didn't know that actually.
Where at?
Usually they do it in LA. This year it's virtual, but last year obviously they had to cancel it. And like basically all the games that get announced and stuff, I would probably say 70% of them get announced during E3. So you're gonna have to tune in now. Now you'll be able to see all the trailers and stuff. It's coming up next week.
Yeah, that'd be okay. That'd be kind of dope.
What kind of video games?
Y'all gonna do a little podcast on that?
Yeah, we might. I enjoy it a lot. I look forward to this time of year every year, or this every year. But what kind of video games do you play?
Right, I'll do the 2K right now, the basketball. I'm on that baseball pretty heavy right now, the MLB.
Who's your team?
Yeah, right. I'll play with them Braves. I like them Braves number one. Then I go to them White Sox, and then if I had to pick a third, I don't know who I'll pick for my third. Maybe the Padres. Maybe Padres or something like that. Yeah, I don't know who my third would be.
Those are some heavy hitters.
Yeah, play that right now.
Right.
I'm surprised you don't play
and then I play a little Madden. I'll play all this. Nah, I don't like the Dodgers right now. I can't. I actually have the Dodgers in one of the leagues, and I traded everyone. Yeah. Yeah.
Got a question for you from the chat. No. Besides Denver, what's your favorite city to play in? What was your favorite city to play in?
Ooh, okay. I like that question. That was a great question right there.
It's from Dan.
I like playing. Was Dan again? Okay, he got the good questions right there. I'm let me see. Because I like playing at Foxborough, right? But I think the number one would be Kansas City. Kansas City was fun to play at. I like Kansas City. Yeah, they got some good fans out there, and I like their vibe. I like that.
That's a loud.
So like I said, Foxborough was. Yeah. Foxborough was cool because I like their AstroTurf. I like their turf. That reminded me of high school. I was like, yeah, I'm ball out here. Yeah, those two would probably be
that's pretty cool.
Best ones right there.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
RJ, what you got?
Yeah, that's who I can think of. I can't think of anyone else right now. I just like playing away in general. I like that whole us versus them, you know what I mean? Like, let's go in there and just ruin their whole day. That's what I like to do. I was a away guy. Yeah, for real.
That's some good old days, man.
So, I mean, man, listen. Man. Why'd you stay in Denver?
I love it out here.
Yeah, because you went to Miami in free agency, and then is that where did you go anywhere after Miami, or was that where you ended your career and then you ended up coming back to Denver?
Yep. I went out there for 1 year, and I got hurt, and then I came back here. I just love it out here in Denver. It's just a good mix of slow and fast speed, just simple. Weather's, people think, the weather's crazy. I would think the weather in Wisconsin is crazy too, right? It's just somewhere different where you think it's always cold, right? Out here, you have a cold winter, but it's not crazy. It's not crazy like the East Coast winters where it's like you can't even go outside. I feel like, I love it out here. You got the mount. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. I can't do that. Yeah, it's too.
Denver's
so I dig it out here, and the people are great. My daughter's out here, so I chose to pick out here to be my landing ground. But I still get back to Florida. Still got a spot there. Still go back there, and still go back to Georgia as well. But so some good places.
Going to that losing school. This is where it's at, right here. Right.
Oh, come on.
Right there.
Yeah, look at that little W. You can't even see it back
about
there.
The same level right now, to be honest. They're fighting for second.
Man, stop it. Stop it.
That's actually man, we cannot beat Ohio State, man. We just cannot beat them. We can't beat them. I'm going to get it.
I just hate it because they tease so hard. Wisconsin does every year. Like, the year with Russell and the year you went off, and then you had that year where they went undefeated, and it was like, we have a chance to get to Ohio State, and they sure did have a chance till that fourth quarter. And then Jonathan Taylor never got it done, and it's just like the tease, man. Can't take the teases. It's just
all right, no shot,
sports
man.
fans with it. So we
want to remain.
Yeah, you.
No,
They'll
sorry.
get there.
What did you say? Oh yeah. We'll make it happen. We want to remain respectful, man, to your time. What is one thing, man, you want to leave us with, man? Leave our listeners with, man. You're out doing real estate again, in the Denver, Colorado area. So if anybody's looking to move out there, hit them up.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, man. Just thank you guys for. Yeah, just thank you guys for having me, man. You have me anytime, man. This is awesome talking to you guys. I love what you guys are doing. So keep up that good work. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's 2K _Moreno 7. Just follow me on there if you have any real estate needs or questions or whatever. You just want to say hello. Shoot me an email and we can go from there.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, we'll most definitely put that in the description. We'll put that in the description. So folks can have a chance to reach out to you if they are moving to Colorado, or if they got a family member moving to Colorado.
Whatever. Or you just have some questions. You know what I mean? You just have real estate questions. You know what I mean? I'll be happy to answer those for you. Sure.
Cool.
I'll send all the E3 news to you on that account too. So that way you can stay informed.
Yeah. I'm ready for that one. I want to see what that's like.
It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be a good year this year. So
man, convince RJ. All you got to do, man, is download the show, and you can come talk with all of us in this league that we're in. You just be talking.
See
about
what I mean? Yeah, see, Monte's trying to get someone else in there so he can have a chance to win some games.
I'm in last.
Some game.
I'm in last. The Cardinals just not that good.
The problem, Mons doesn't know what a splitter is. Like, he probably sees like the SL and he's like, what does SL stand for? Is that
that's a slider?
Well, I'm just saying.
Slider.
Yeah.
What's the game?
What's a 2-seam fastball? What's a 4-seam fastball? I mean,
I don't know. I actually do not know what those mean. To me, those are just fastballs. I can't differentiate between a 4-seam and a 2-seam.
They move different, man.
Yeah. The 2-seam moves, the 4-seam straight.
I mean, I could have guessed.
And then the 4-seam is usually faster than the 2-seam, correct?
Yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
So the 2-seam generally breaks to what arm you throw with. So with a right-handed pitcher, it'll break to the right. Left-handed pitcher, it'll break to the left.
Yeah,
I'm about to be nasty now. Watch.
Yeah, that's why I'm 12-1 right now.
I'm 0.
And if it says CH, do not throw that down the middle of the plate. All right.
Ooh,
I've been laying.
Throw that down the middle.
I've been laying them up for them too. But that's pretty cool, man. No, Sean, thank you again, man. Again, we want to respect your time, man. But thank you again for your time, and
we appreciate you coming on. Thanks for carrying to those Warzone dubs when we played.
Yeah, we're gonna get that in as well.
Yeah,
I went ham.
Yeah, you were going ham the other day.
The other day, I had 10 of them things, 10 kills. I was going in.
Yeah, over 10 games, or
I looked up and I was like, "Oh,
one game." That was when we came in second.
Yeah, but nah, thank you guys, man.
Yeah, man. We appreciate
Thank you guys for having me. Yeah, for sure. Let's get back in there and let's do it again. Sometime. Why not?
Absolutely.
All right. Hit me up. Shoot me a text if you're gonna be playing tonight.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you, RJ.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, No.
Yes, sir.
RJ, we can keep it going, man. If you want.
Yep.
All right. Cool stuff.
It's always fun catching up with him. I like the banter that you and him have together. Like, you really are best friends. Whether you want to admit it or not, but you guys are best friends.
He's a cool guy, man. He really is. I most definitely bonded with him the most, I would say, on the team.
Yeah.
Mainly, obviously, because we were, well, not mainly. I'm not taking anything from his character. He's an awesome guy. We running back room, of course, but then I realized that he's someone that I can actually see myself hanging around because we kind of run the same wavelength, same views in life, etc. So, he's a cool guy.
Hopefully he'll be a regular because it's fun chatting with him.
Yeah.
I love it.
He said it. Yeah. He said it. He said most definitely. If later down the road we can bring him on, but yeah, man, you gotta. I'm 0-9. in our league. I'm in last place, and
All right,
just
when's
like,
your next game? I'll come over and coach you.
I'm gonna play tonight, of course, after this. But I'm the worst in our league. But I just like.
Well, you've never
hopping
played baseball, like
Right.
So if it says like S or not S C, I think it says CLC.
See, I haven't seen that. I haven't
That's
seen
a
that pitch
circle
yet.
changeup, and it's different from another changeup that people do throw. So like
Right.
the circle changeup, that'll drift. The other changeup, it dives. So like you know,
Okay.
knowing the different pitches is gonna help a lot. So like if you see SLV, that's a slurve.
Yes.
That's a slurve.
Yes, I've seen
So
that.
what that does, okay, so you have your slider that cuts across the plate. You have your curveball that dives. The slurve is like right in between. It goes down and across. So knowing that, so it's action. So your slider's generally like pretty close to straight across. It dives a little bit. Your a really good curveball is pretty much just straight down.
Right.
And a slurve comes across and down. So it's like
okay.
it's like a combination of the two.
Of a slider and a curve makes sense.
Yeah. And then if you're, let's say you're a right-handed pitcher and you're facing a left-handed batter, your breaking pitches are going to break into the hitter. So they actually are better against right-handed pitchers than they are left-handed, because if it breaks away from you, it's harder to hit.
Gotcha.
So
I mean,
that's
yeah,
something you need to pay attention to too.
Yeah, I just need to go into the practice, and you can just pick the throws that you just want to see, and I really need to do that so I can get a feel for how they are. But playing the show, I've been playing it religiously now for the last 3 days, and people are gonna laugh at this, of course, but I've had a lot of respect for the game of baseball recently in my life. Just
You're
watching
welcome.
it. Yeah. I will give credit to you for that for sure. If you were not in my life, there would be absolutely no way that I would respect the game, because not necessarily respect. To me, it looked easy growing up, but that's just.
I know.
me.
When you told me it's the easiest sport to play, I was like,
Yeah, that was me just being ignorant to the sport until we went to batting cage and into softball. But now playing this game, I'm struggling hitting pitches on a video game. So I'm like, imagine standing in front of that 99-mile-an-hour ball in real life. Just your nerves alone of just not wanting to get hit. Again, players say they're not afraid of getting hit, but that's still something to think. That's still there.
no, you are a little bit, right? But when you're in the zone,
True.
it's just different how it's weird how it works. Like, you know, I've seen an 85-mile-an-hour fastball that looks faster than a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's real life, real game action. And the reason is, like, when you're in a slump and nothing feels right, things look a lot faster than they really are. But when you get in the zone and like you're able to focus and concentrate, you can actually, you might be exaggerating a little bit, but I swear to God, you can kind of see the seams and you can see the rotation. And your mind just, if you see the seams coming over the top, it's gonna be a curveball. If you see the seams just kind of going on the side, it's fastball. You can't always pick that up, obviously, especially if it's a high 90s pitch. But depending on the arm angle, depending on, there's a lot of things that you see as a hitter that you don't know. But it's just so weird how it looks bigger than it is too. Like sometimes, it can look that big. Yeah.
No, I believe that. Because playing running back, once you get into that zone, it's almost like everything's it's slower. The hole opens up slower, but not slower as if like you're waiting for it. Slower as in you're seeing the whole thing
it.
unfold.
Yes. Yep.
And then you see who's filling the hole, and then you're also, not only are you just looking at the hole in front of you, you're looking at what is that DN doing as well. Because obviously, if that closes up, you have the capabilities of doing a quick little bounce. So I understand. I never thought about that. I guess you would be able to see the seams once you get into the zone.
Don't get me wrong. It's not all the time, but there's a reason that hitters are hitting 250 right now.
Super fast too. You only got, that's quicker than a blink of an eye, they said, which is unreal to me.
It is. I mean, you like listening to Freddie Freeman, the way that Freddie Freeman hits, or like Joey Votto a couple years ago. Listening to them describe it. These are two of like the best hitters in the game, but they also hit for contact. They don't just and they they're very selective on their pitches. So they see a lot of pitches, and like them describe hitting is like different. It's kind of like when Roy Halladay was alive, rest in peace. He was one of the greatest pitchers of his generation. And when he described pitching, they used to call him the professor because, or same with Greg Maddux, like, they call him Doc Holliday. When they describe pitching, like it's listening to anybody talk about what they're passionate about, but it like puts it on a different level and they're able to put it in a perspective that is, John Smoltz is another one. You listen to them talk pitching. It's like, okay, this is like, they put it in a different level. That's awesome. Yeah. So I just wish more people had access to those people to be able to listen to it. But Major League Baseball hates their fans, and you can't watch any game, especially if you're poor.
Look, my interest for the game is growing, not only because of you starting this sports podcast, and you are a baseball enthusiast for sure, and obviously just being next to you, it's going to grow on me for sure. But now playing the show and loving the game, I'm like, all right, because I love the sound of that dang ball hitting that bat.
I told you. Oh my goodness.
It feels so good. And that's just on a video game. I'm like, yes. And then when you do get that hit, 9 out of 10 times, they're going to catch it. So then that makes me appreciate the sport even more. That's what I meant by not respecting. I meant appreciating it. I appreciate it even more because when someone scores in real life, because I now see how difficult it is to score or to get a run.
Yeah.
Because the pitcher is going to pitch a certain pitch to where the ball is going to pop up. Routine catch. Even if it hits the ground, routine out to first.
Yep.
So I now have a greater appreciation for when a run happens because I'm like, okay, they had to really work for that. That's not easy.
There is, there are pitchers. Some pitchers pitch to contact. Some pitchers pitch for strikeouts. And then, you have pitchers that pitch for ground balls and you have pitchers that pitch for, and then it's their pitch selection as well, not just where they locate the ball, because they are able to locate the ball low and high. But, you have some guys that they want to hit that corner and they can do it 9 out of 10 times. They can hit the corner with any breaking pitch. It's unreal. Like, when Corbin Burns, the Brewers pitcher who struck out like 56 batters without a walk, when he was on that streak, the catcher's mitt never moved when he was pitching. Like where the catcher wanted the ball to go, it was going. He missed very few pitches. And that's the thing as a hitter. All game, you might see one pitch, that's it, that was a miss by that pitcher. And you have to capitalize on it. And that's the thing about baseball is you got to jump on mistakes, and the mistakes don't happen very often.
Dude,
let alone capitalize on good pitches like Tony Gwynn used to do.
Dude, it's crazy. And there's so much truth to that because I'm realizing that on a video game. And again, I'm 0-9 in our league. I'm in last place.
Are you the Cardinals?
Yeah.
You started at a disadvantage.
But I missed I need to do more trades. So No Sean's team, so he's 12-1. He's who is he again? He's the Dodgers, but he has Yelich on his team and he has a Wong on his team too. I'm like, bro,
where are my players?
Yeah, I'm like, you got freaking Yelich on the Dodgers and freaking Wong. I'm like, bro, I got no trades yet. I'm playing with the
stock. You need to trade for a shortstop. That's what you need to do.
Dude, it's not looking good. And again, I got 33 more games, so I got time. But I got some catching up.
You'll be right. You'll be right. I can't believe neither of you knew what E3 was, though. I was hoping No Sean would be like, "What's that?"
Is that what we watched?
Like that.
Is that what we watched at your house? Whenever
2 years ago.
Okay, because last year we watched. Was that 2 years? That wasn't 2 years ago when I was sitting on your couch and no, that was last year because they did the announcement of Mass Effect.
That was the Game Awards.
Okay,
that was the Video Game Awards. So that's in December usually, like end of November, beginning. Yeah, it's usually. I think it's the second week of December is when that usually is. And that's similar, but E3 is like, it's like a full week and it's just straight video game news, like wall to wall, pretty much.
And that's the thing is, I'm pretty sure him and I both know it, but I don't think we knew the name.
That could be
because you're not going to miss a full week of this madness.
Well, you probably knew the news was coming out. You just didn't realize it was around E3.
Right.
Like,
right. Exactly. I think that's it. But yeah, man, that's No Sean, man. Like you said, a cool cat. Yeah, him and his daughter, they just got a rabbit. He got her a rabbit, and he's been talking about the rabbit a lot.
I had a rabbit growing up. Its name was Twitch. Because every time you turned it around and looked at at her nose, it'd twitch really fast. Yeah. So her name was Twitch. She was very mean. Rabbit. She was very mean. She bit everybody. I was the only one she didn't bite. And then I went to go out. We had a cage outside that was open air and she could run a lot. And I went out to get her. She didn't want to leave the cage and she jumped up. I kid you not, jumped up 2 feet, bit me in the thumb.
But think about it. How uncomfortable would it be though, having... See, here's the thing. We're not capable of knowing what it felt like being picked up as an infant, obviously, because we weren't conscious at the time. I mean, we were, but you know what I mean. We didn't know that we were live. Imagine being a grown adult, but being that even smaller, being the size of a rabbit, but being picked up by giants. That would feel pretty uncomfortable. That'd be very difficult to get comfortable with.
I mean, it depends on how you pick it up, like how gentle.
I'd feel super, but I'd still feel super insecure. I'd be like, okay, no, this does not just feel good. I'm like, you could drop me, you could throw me. I just, ooh. Yeah, I don't know.
Especially my little brother and little sister. They, I wouldn't trust them.
Let's talk about this softball game, though.
You really want to talk about it? It's softball.
Got to, man. We got to.
It felt good. It felt really good to be out there running around.
Yeah. The same guys.
Yep. Right. So Kyle was there. Yeah. It was the first time he played in 3 years, I think, with us. So
he's busy, man. He's got. I think they had another child too.
Yeah, they got 2 kids. One just turned 5, his oldest, and then his youngest is like 2.5.
Yeah.
So very busy household. Yep.
Right. That's pretty cool, man. I wish I knew that we both could not commit to it for this exact reason. If we needed at least one of us to get the show going, but we got volleyball though. We got volleyball.
Well, you do. I'm gonna be forced to the sidelines watching the kids. That's fine.
We'll make it work.
It makes sense.
We'll make it work.
I'll just be a sub.
We'll make it work. Well, you're probably gonna be subbing with my mom a lot, so you know how that's gonna be. So,
but the man cool. Just got a rabbit last week too, named Bugs. That's a good name for a rabbit. I like that. That first inning was rough. That first inning was real rough. The first 3 hits were hit to me in left center. And the first one, I'm running back, and I was like, oh, this is going to be routine. The third one I did. And then it hit the top of the fence. And I was like, after like 3 strides, I'm like, oh, this is going over the fence. And I turn around and watch it, and it hits the top of the fence and bounces back in.
You guys got to knock that dust off. You haven't played in a year.
After that first inning, because I stumbled twice in that first inning. And the first one I caught, I almost dropped because I stumbled. And after that, it was like riding a bike. That rust was off, and I was camping on everything. But yeah,
you haven't played in a year.
Yeah, it was a little bit, but yeah, my swing's not where it should be. It's all arms right now. My lower half is just so tight. It's not. It's not in tune. My wrists are not quick. A little bit of a long swing, but look at that.
I'd pull a hammy running the first.
I tell you what, my quads after that first inning were real tight. Not my hammies, not my calves. It was my quads. So I got to stretch out a little more.
Remember that one game we had where me and you were back there just getting that work?
Yeah.
Back there. And we were so, well, at least I was, you're in a little better shape than I am. I was gassed.
I had 2 triples tonight. So, and the second one, the first base coach was like, you're going 3. So I run to third, and the second baseman has the ball when I'm 2 steps off of second base.
Oh Lord.
And then I slid, and I haven't slid in 2 years. And I decided, I don't know why I decided, okay, here's a problem with me that people need to understand. I can't turn it off. When I touch the baseball field or softball field, I can't turn it off. I'm going all out. I'm running, I'm diving, I'm sliding, I'm doing all of it. I gotta be in a really different mood to pull up and actually not like slide and stuff. And I don't care if I get tore up doing it.
Yeah.
But I decided I was gonna slide head first. Bad mistake, because last time I slid head first, I jammed my shoulder and hurt it for like the entire summer.
Right.
But I didn't get hurt this time. But I was on the outside, and when I slid, I wanted to slide to the inside. Only half my body made it. But I was safe. And that's all that matters. Right? And it was an ugly slide. Everybody started laughing, and I'm like, yeah, that's not good.
Doesn't matter. People don't. Look. With me, it doesn't matter about how you got there, but you got there though.
Yeah.
People don't care about how you scored, as if you did score.
Yeah.
But in order to score, you got to get on base.
Well, and it was funny because the third base coach was telling me easy up, and then he looks, and I'm coming to third, and he's like, "Oh, you got to get down now. Got to get down."
Just coming in hot. Coming in hot too, like I can I can just see it as just a beat up plane just coming in hot on the landing strip.
That is what it was like. Oh, I've lost about 2 steps, so maybe I'll get that back by the third game. We'll see.
Yeah,
but it was good to be running around catching that ball again.
Dude, what you got to do, man, is you got to download the Xbox app, create an account real quick. It's free. It took me literally 2 minutes. And then you can always hop in the chat with us if you're just chilling. Sometimes I just hop in the chat and just talk with all of them. But
I don't even know. I mean, I could do that, but I don't even know if my Xbox account still exists.
No, I created one.
Yeah, a new one.
But yeah, or no, it still says Gibson Kid 20. But so it's not okay. Not an Xbox account, but I don't even know.
Is it a Windows? It's got to be an Xbox account. It's got to be an Xbox account.
Hold on, let me see. So I click on the Xbox app, yeah. And it's all this.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean
I probably still have it on my phone. It's just not downloaded.
So I just have an account on the app. I don't have an Xbox account. Just
an Xbox Live account.
Right. But anyways, well, we talk about that later. But that was a pretty good show, man. Like I said, I like talking to No. Cool guy. Humbled. Very humble.
When you said you have to ask about it, I thought you were going to go with the settlement. I thought you were going to talk about the settlement and ask about that. I understand why you didn't. It was a really fun conversation, but yeah. You want to share any thoughts on that or not really?
I do. I really do. I'm glad you brought that up. For one, I'm not surprised.
No, I don't think anybody's surprised.
Here's the thing. And again, let me before I get into this, we're talking about the whole
race normalizing settlement that the NFL settled.
They were denying paying out black and brown athletes, correct, for their injuries.
Yep.
So I actually did one of those where I went to the Cleveland Clinic. It was right after that because of my groin and my bone on bone in my hip. Granted, I kind of knew I wasn't going to get it, but why not try?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I was denied. They quickly denied me, and it was very, very fast. So I just wanted to share that just to give a little background about what we're talking about, and I have a little bit of experience with that. But there are some situations, you guys, where there's some folks, some former players who have some pretty severe.
It's a lot.
Some severe. Yeah, they had some severe injuries during their playing days, but obviously the after effects of it all, especially obviously your brain, when we're talking about that. So these players were getting denied by the doctors. Again, they send you to a third party doc, of course, obviously.
Yeah, third party that's paid by the NFL.
Exactly. That's my whole thing on it is you guys handpicked this third party doctor. Mm-hmm. You're trying to tell me you're not paying him a check under the table to deny us?
Well, so they called it race normalizing. For people who didn't see, the NFL settled out of court $1 billion lawsuit to black and brown players because of race normalizing. And, we talk about systematic racism, systematic keeping people, keeping people oppressed. And this is one of the instruments. And they removed it and came out in public and talked about it finally. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. There's some outrage. But so what they were doing is they would bring these players in and they would run tests on them. and they deny them because they had to normalize the race, and that meant that black and brown players were measured based on a lower IQ starting point. So they lower because they're black and brown. That means they start from a lower cognitive level than a white player. So white players were getting paid out at like 80%. Black and brown players were getting paid out at like, 30 and 40%. So they're pretty much, and they admitted this. They said that this was a practice. They had no proof of it, and they weren't paying out for medical cases that they would pay out to white players.
So this is so in a scenario, let's hypothetically speaking, to put this in terms for folks. So essentially what you're saying is what they were believing is that black and brown players were already coming into the NFL not as intelligent.
Yes.
Not as intelligent as white folks.
With lower cognitive functions than a white player.
So when they retired and complained about brain injuries and had proof that there is a decline in their cognitive abilities due to the impact that they received to their brain, repetitive impact, based off what you're saying of what that report is stating is that they weren't paying the black and brown players because their baseline was already lower.
Yep.
They already had them lower their baseline than the white people. So they said, okay, no, that's just how you normally are.
Yep.
That is the most, I'm sorry.
That's the most American thing I've ever heard of.
That's fucked up. Excuse my language. I can't hold it back. That is the most, excuse my language too. Yeah, I apologize for that, guys.
But that's okay.
That upsets me more than anything.
It's ridiculous.
You see how
there not more outrage? How's there not more outrage about this? How are we not talking about the NFL seriously? And then and then you put out blackballing Kaepernick, and then you talk about and Eric Reed, by the way, and you look at everything that they've done. I mean, we talked a little bit about it, but this
I forgot all about Eric Reed.
He was
dealing with that.
Yeah, and this should take our conversation that we had pretty early when we separated the sports podcast about the running back position and how the decline of it is a little bit rooted in race. And then we talked about coaching searches, GM searches. Look at presidents, owners. Name a black owner.
Can't
name a black GM.
Off the top of my head,
that isn't Ozzie Newsome.
I can't.
Right? Name a black head coach right now.
Right. Other than Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. But
I actually, is that the only one?
No. The Texans head coach, the Dolphins head coach.
Dolphins. Yep. Flores.
Brian Flores.
Yeah.
He's really good coach. He's a really good coach. He's a really, really good coach. I mean, what is there? 3 or 4?
Right.
Like
that's about it. That's a very small percentage, and you're trying to tell me there's
Marvin Lewis never got a second chance with what he did with Cincinnati.
Great example. Eric Bielema, running backs coach he was a
Anthony Lynn is no longer the Chargers head coach. Dan the man.
Yeah. So Eric Bielema, I can never say Bielema. He was, I think he's still the running backs coach, but now a little OC for the Chiefs. Maybe he's playing.
He was
roles.
The OC last year.
Yeah, and I think before that, so he was the running backs coach when I was playing because he was the one doing the running back drills with us at the combine. He is a phenomenal coach, but I think he was OC last year. Yeah, phenomenal coach, like phenomenal. Should have been a head coach 2 years ago. I'll even say 3.
He never even got an interview.
Mind blowing to me.
He's been calling the plays for 2 years, and everybody says, "Well, Andy Reid calls the plays. Andy Reid designs the plays." And Andy Reid's like, "No, I don't. Yeah, Eric calls the plays. Why is he not getting an interview?" Like Andy Reid really called it out last year. And then look at
sorry, good.
I was gonna say Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's been talking about it a lot. That they, the coaching search is definitely skewed because all of Tampa Bay's coordinators, all their main coaches are black and brown.
Yep. And again, you don't have to go to that extreme of getting all black and all brown, but you can't look at me right now, Goodell, and tell me that there is not a system put in place right now that is not letting black and brown coaches, people be head coaches. You can't tell me that. We're in 2021 right now. You're trying to tell me there is no Eric Bielema is a perfect example. If that was a white man, dude, how many times has Josh McDaniels? How many times has Josh McDaniels had an opportunity? He was an interim head coach for the Broncos for a bit.
How many times did Jack Del Rio get chances? Right? I mean, Fisher. What the heck is that guy's name? Fisher. Mr. 8-8, 7-9.
Eric? Why is Eric Fisher?
It's not Eric Fisher. Eric Fisher's a offensive tackle.
That's right. I don't know. And Josh McDaniels wasn't an interim. He was the head coach, I think. Yeah.
Of Denver. He's the one who drafted Tebow.
That's right. Eric Studesville, the
running
backs coach.
Just look at the Tebow thing. That's not happening for black players.
Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, we can say everything that we want to say, and there's evidence there.
There's a lot of evidence.
But there's a lot of truth to
you can't deny
the
it.
Systematic.
It's in every single aspect, every aspect of life.
Yeah. And we're talking like these front-facing organizations like the NFL. It will go to the NBA. We'll go to MLB, obviously.
Right.
It's the same thing there. And then you have MLB actually has a lot of Latin managers and GMs and stuff. But, it's the same thing there. But then it's just about every business. Across the US, you're having the same thing. You're doing the same thing there. It's just, it's not front facing. It's not out in public.
Right. No, you're right, man. You're right.
This is proof positive that not only does it exist, but it exists everywhere.
Bro, everywhere. You guys, literally, Josh McDaniels, granted, he's a really good coach, but I think he's a better offensive coordinator than he will ever be as a head coach. That is my opinion. Well, let's talk about him. For those who don't know, Josh McDaniels, the OC for the Patriots, been the OC for the Patriots for the last 8, 9 years, 10 years. I'll even say a decade, maybe, I think. No, not that long. Can't remember. But for a very long time. This man, I think, gets a call every single year to be a head coach for a team. Multiple calls every single year. I would put him up next to Eric Bielema and say, why hasn't this man, Eric Bielema, why hasn't he been given a shot yet? Why not? Why not? Instead, the Vikings head coach, who was this guy?
I don't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're talking the Lions, Dan Campbell.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, the Lions. And this guy is up there just talking out of his ear. He's talking outside of his mouth.
I'm bite kneecaps when I'm getting up. Can we get a real lion on the sidelines at practice? I want a real lion out there.
For what? If you have to get your players jacked in the NFL, then they shouldn't be in the NFL. You as a head coach, it's not your job to get them jacked. It's your job to make sure that they understand their assignments. You don't have to get them jacked and ready to play. No, you either play well or you're fired.
I mean, look at how long Bill O'Brien got. Look how long.
Right.
Jeff Fisher, that's his name. Jeff Fisher, Mr. 8-8, 7-9.
Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
The Rams, right?
He was the Titans, the Rams. Everybody, because he had a couple really good seasons with the Titans, everybody thought he was a really good coach, and it turns out, I don't think so. But like Jack Del Rio, even Gary Kubiak did not have a very good record. Eric Mangini, like, we could keep going and going and going.
Especially Kubiak. Yeah.
Kubiak, yes. Absolutely.
Kubiak landed a 2015 Broncos that was, no matter who was in the head coach position, was going to win the Super Bowl. That defense was lights. That's still, they said, one of the best defenses, it's one of the best no-fly zone the league has seen.
Yeah.
You had a no-fly zone, and you had Von Miller rushing the quarterback. Come on.
And then Dom Capers is another really good.
Yeah.
There's People don't get that. Look at what happened to Anthony Lynn. He's the past 3 years. So he was the most unlucky coach 2 years ago, as far as like last second field goals. You had field goal kickers missing. Easy, give me field goals to win games. And then the past 2 years, they've had the most injuries in the league. And then he almost made the playoffs with a rookie quarterback last year.
Is this again? Sorry.
Anthony Lynn with the Chargers.
Chargers are always beat up.
They're always beat up. And
always.
You know, the best players were hurt the past 2 years. And
always. They got to check that field up some.
They got to check their stretching program. The Packers.
The Packers.
Look at Mike McCarthy. What? I was missing the most obvious one. Mike McCarthy.
There it is. There it is.
Mr. Aaron, go make a play, Aaron. Aaron, good job. Good job out there, Aaron. You really made a play there. Good job.
That's the one right there.
Brett, Hundley, go out there and do what Aaron does. You can do it. Like
we can even go. Let's even go down to college. You ready for this one? Brett Bielema.
I was going to say Paul Christ, but
let's say Brett Bielema.
Yeah, Bielema's a really, really good one.
Let's be honest.
Bielema's the right one. Bielema's the correct one.
From 09 to 12, we were a really good program. We were just a really good team. We had athletes on our team. Not taking nothing from him, but Paul Christ was our offensive coordinator, and that's the man right there. And Bielema takes off and goes. And again, I'm not talking trash about I'm just stating facts here. Bielema goes on to coach for Arkansas and gets
smacked.
Walked out of Arkansas.
Gets smacked.
Gets booted back out of that conference. But now has landed a position with the Illini, the Fighting Illini. Like it wasn't like it's nothing. I feel like black and brown coaches are on day one on thin ice. Day one.
Ray Rhodes in Green Bay, man. Ray Rhodes in Green Bay. Nobody remembers that. He went 8-8. I'm surprised. And fired. 1 year.
See,
he was between Holmgren and Sherman, and then Mike Sherman was given like 7 or 8 years, and then he was allowed to run GM and run the talent into the ground.
Okay, John Elway.
Yeah. See, I don't think Elway's to the same level because Elway did put a really good team together for defenses. And then the cachet that he is because he's John Elway. I think that's a little bit different than like, you know, Mike Sherman, Mike McCarthy.
True. I guess I'm a little biased because I'm a Broncos fan and he's been
right.
They gave him a lot of chances.
He struggles to find talent on the offensive side of the ball, but on defense, they always have a good defense there. Like he signs really good talent on defense.
And I'll even say it. And I was a high pick, but I did not perform to the level that I should have performed, and that's on his record as well too. But it's that quarterback position that is just right there in everybody's face.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you can't say Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning landed a Hall of Famer from the free agency. That's not. We don't give you credit for that. Mm-hmm. Case Keenum, Joe Flacco, Paxton Lynch. Who else was in that mix? We had Bortles for a bit.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and obviously now we got Locke, and now we have Bridgewater. But now Elway's not the GM; he's president or something.
He got a promotion so that he wouldn't be GM anymore.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Promoted on your
fail not doing upward.
On that note,
fail forward.
On that note, we covered a lot. That was pretty good. I'm about to get to these games now.
Catch us playing some dodgeball.
Let's do it
on the games.
Let's do it.
Dan the Man, Carrie, thank you for tuning in. We love it. Appreciate it. Thank you, Oreo.
Oreo, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Oreo, Dan the Man, Carrie, everybody else. This is awesome. Today was a good one.
Thanks for coming in and hanging out and being awesome. And thanks to you for holding down the fort while I was rushing home. And
You're good, man. You're good.
Puts me in a good headspace playing. It just when you
That's
say
good,
the
man.
ball off the bat,
Yeah.
it's ball hitting the glove for me, man. It just God,
Trust
that
me,
snap. Woo. So
I get it, man. Thing I miss the most about football, I guess, in that same realm, I guess, is it's the smell of the dirt and the grass, like as it's being ripped up with like cleats and stuff. That smell, yeah,
I know
and
it's
a
what
little
you're
bit
talking about.
sweat too. That's just always lingering in the air.
I don't know about that one, but I know about the grass smell.
Yeah, that I most definitely miss that stuff. But all right, man, let's close this bad boy out.
All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Check us out Sunday, 9 a.m. Central Time for our sobriety podcast. Catch us Untapped Keg everywhere. Hopefully this weekend we'll be streaming some Knockout City, which is dodgeball. It's so much fun. It's a really good game.
You already know I'm gonna be on. I'm level 60.
We'll hopefully next week we can hit you up with some E3 news and we'll go from there. So if you don't catch us next week, 9 p.m. Thursday is going to be some more sports talk. We'll get more into it. And yeah, let's have a good week, everybody. Enjoy those sports. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, man. The NBA playoffs. That boy Luka. But you guys take care of yourselves.
Be good.